guys, you come out here and help a community that are in need with a football clinic?
Oh, you, Bucky?
Yeah, look, I think, just driving through, coming out here, you see how bad the damage was and, how affected the families and the people were of this area were. And, for us to come out, we just want to put a smile on some of their faces. Obviously, it's been a pretty tough time over the last, period of time, and we just want to come out here and hopefully help them as much as we can and just try and put a smile on their face.
It's really, we were like everyone else in South Australia, sitting a long way away, just having a look at all the images on television, and it's not until you actually get in the car and drive through, as we all did today. We came up through Inglewood, and to get a sense of the intensity and the size of this catastrophe is, it's pretty eerie, to be honest. And what we also know, though, is that once that sort of blaze of glory, profile and all the media attention goes, these guys have to rebuild. And hopefully, what we're doing today and what we intend to do at the Family Day later in February will help them do that. They need it. They're a very resilient community, as we've just learned speaking to them. But anything we can do in that regard, would be something we'd be very happy to do. I know the Port Adelaide community will drive in behind them and do anything we can.
Keith, the Crows are out here. It's all raised a fair bit of money through an auction of things.
Yes.
How important for clubs like professional sporting clubs to come out here and support the?
Well, I think footy clubs are all part of one community. That's how we see it. And in our family we've got Roger James who's out here, and the Crows have got Brett James, who's the coach of the Kersbrook Footy Club, and so we feel all connected. And I just think that it's just a small thing that the AFL clubs can do. And I know our guys, and instigated by Boakey, we just jumped at the opportunity to come out and show our support. It's really interesting. You drive in here, and the CFS station is right on the corner of the footy club. I reckon that's symbolic. When the fires were at their most fierce, the town retreated into this footy club, and and I think that really gives you an insight into the role that sporting clubs can play. And and they were camping here through that period, and they housed them and fed them, and they're great community places. And we like to think that Port Adelaide is that sort of a club, and Adelaide are, and we just like to pitch in when we can.
Trav, do you feel that responsibility as a player?
Oh, certainly. I think when you hear the news about what's actually happened to the area, and as we spoke about, you sit back and you're not really that sure of what's actually happened till you drive through and see how many people have been affected and what damage it's actually caused. You want to chip in as much as you can, and I think we're in a pretty fortunate position to help out as much as we can. We've got a fantastic supporter base, and we want to raise as much money and awareness and support for this community as we can, because as we've seen, it's been a hugely affected area, and we just want to help out as much as we can.
Can you describe the drive up, Trav? What did you see? Because we all see the TV coverage, but you don't really know until you see it with your own eyes. Can you describe the drive up for you?
Yeah, you're right. You don't really know, and I think as soon as you come in past Tea Tree Gully, you start seeing the trees and just black trees everywhere. And we were having a chat before, and it's just an eerie feeling. Everything's just really dead, and it's actually really devastating just to drive past, and then you really realise how much these people have been affected, and that's where you want to help out as much as you can.
You can see the danger that was clearly present. We drove up through Inglewood, and there's this big pine forest, and on one side, which is burnt really badly, and on the other side there's this orchard, and clearly people were protecting that. The CFS had got in there and protected it, and can you just imagine the intensity of that as that fire came through all those trees, and then they stood there and actually protected someone's livelihood. It's incredible stuff.
So a clinic at a local footy club in an area that's been affected by a bushfire, really brings the community together, gets that, grassroots sort of community spirit going again.
Well, as Trav said, we hope that it just brings a smile to these kids' faces, and I think that in a practical sense, what we'll do at our family day is probably going to be more significant, which is, we're going to really rally the Port Adelaide community to come and support this community. We'll raise funds. We'll draw attention to the, to what happened here and the problems that 12 homes were lost here in Kersbrook alone. So 30 homes overall. So we'll raise more awareness out of our community, and they will chip in, I guarantee you.
So from a footy perspective, how prepared are you guys for the rise again in expectation this year?
Oh look, I think our pre-season so far has been a big challenge and been fantastic, but we've still got a long way to go, and I guess right now is just all about helping out in the community today. But we'll get back to training tomorrow, and it's been a big challenge so far, but we're looking forward to another big couple of months.
You can feel that expectation building, and you can hear it building. Does it marry up with your own expectation of the side? Oh
look, we've got big expectations on ourselves. We want to go out there and make sure we can continue to improve as a group. Last year we certainly weren't good enough to go all the way, and we've spoken about that, and we need to make sure that we need to go to another level again, because sides will be coming up and chasing us, but we'll focus on what we can improve on, and we'll make sure we're going to another level.
Jacko's had the shoulder done, obviously. How much of a disruption is that, given he's theoretically first 18 sort of player? You're not going to have him for the pre-season. How much of a disruption is that for Preps?
Oh look, it's not ideal having one of your leaders and one of your best players go through surgery this time of year, but it just gives a great opportunity for our young guys to stand up. We've got Homshu, who played majority of the games last year, to really stand up. Tommy Cleary, who played probably most of his games in the Maggie side, and look, it just gives great opportunity for these guys to build their profile and hopefully cement a spot in the side. And I'm sure Jacko will work on his shoulder really well over the next couple of months and come back stronger. But as I said, it gives a chance to those young guys.
Keith, any chance we can get a quick update on Adelaide?
Yeah. Well, look. We went into the Christmas break in pretty good shape, actually. The negotiation has taken a long time, but it's only because it's complex and it's important. It's a 20-year deal. But we were really happy with where it's at, and I think that we'll be hearing some pretty good news pretty soon.
Closing in. Yeah.
Closing in. Yeah, it's been a 3-year journey, to be honest. But I think that in the end, the people concerned were all acting with the idea of it's a great oval, it's a great opportunity for footy. Let's do the right thing here, and that sentiment has prevailed, and I think we're in pretty good shape.
Trav, answer this one hell of a lot too. But new skipper the other side of Port Road. You're going to have to pose in photos with in the lead up to next showdown. What's your take on?
Well, lucky I'll get along with him pretty well, so it'll make it a bit easier. But no, look, I think Tex is a fantastic person, a fantastic player, and I'm sure he'll lead the club really well. And looking forward to our photos and a bit of media together. So no, good luck to him, and I'm sure he'll do a great job.
Just quickly touching on your expectations, they're saying that you're a huge premiership threat. How do you guys feel about that and taking on that?
Oh look, that's just a lot of outside talk that we can't control, and for us, as boring as it sounds, we just got to worry about our own internal game and the way we want to handle things, and we'll just go out there and train to improve each time, because as we saw last year, we weren't good enough, and we need to make sure we go to that another level.
And what kind of specifics are you looking to improve on to get that next step?
Oh look, there's a lot of stuff internally that game plan and these sort of things that we'll tinker to make sure we go to that another level. But we'll continue to improve on our leadership and little things like that throughout the pre-season, because to be the best side, and what I learnt definitely over the international rules was Hodge and Selwood and these sort of guys are fantastic leaders, and we certainly can improve in that area, and I took a fair bit out of that, and we'll continue to work on that as well.
And just with having Kokonakis train with you guys, how did you guys take last night's game?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I think most of the guys got on Twitter and showed their support, because he was over in Dubai and trained with us, and he's a fantastic young kid, and hopefully he can go a fair way, because he's showed he's got some talent, and Port Adelaide family is right behind him.